So let me welcome you all back into the stream for another weekly outlook. Um, so um, let's give it a couple of minutes, see who else is gonna join us, and then we can jump right into the outlook. We will be starting off with the VWAP and higher time frame. All right, so let's go and start off with yearly VWAP and daily time frame. All right, so starting off the daily time frame, we do have the yearly value here. We have talked about last week how we have been trading within yearly VWAP and developing year value area high, right? We did have a nice move from 2024 value area high, a nice rejection of that, right? That could possibly lead to a rotation lower, right? If Bitcoin isn't strong enough. But for now, only thing we can talk about is how Bitcoin is capping downside with a bounce of yearly VWAP. Alright. Now, if Bitcoin is really bullish, we need to be basically holding above here, breaking higher, have some lower time from momentum, or a move up into 83, 84k into these highs. These highs need to be taken out, right? I mean, you could leave them behind, but it's a good target to have. Now, in terms of place right here, one thing I'm looking at, as I said, is basically to keep on breaking above here, have some momentum forming to beat into a move all the way up into 84, possibly into 87, 90k, which is the previous year value area low, and structurally a nice POI. All right. Now, um, for bearishness, what do we need to see? Basically, the confirmation. We are already somewhat bearish as we have some rejection into 2024 value high. What does that mean? That Bitcoin isn't strong enough to accept above value and continue higher, basically. So, if we are bearish, possibly we will be either rejecting once again here after we sweep these highs and accepting below. This will be a nice play, or basically reject again right around here, around 80k, and the confirmation will be on the loss of developing year VWAP, right? So once we lose 74, 75k, this becomes resistance, and we're looking for a move back into 66 and possibly even lower, right? Into 2024 value area low. Who knows? So yeah, for now, only thing that matters is that we get a bounce of developing year value VWAP. Sorry. Now, into quarterly value, we did have. I talked about the past few days, weeks that we have been capping downside, sorry, with developing quarter value area high. Once this got lost, we accepted below basically and traded back all the way into developing quarter VWAP, right? And as it seems, develop previous quarter VWAP as well, right? So what do we have right here? We do have a nice strong bounce of previous quarter VWAP slash a deviation of developing quarter VWAP, right? So what do we need to do here? Keep on holding above, right? If we're really bullish, we will be possibly getting a retest or whatever, break above, momentum forming up into previous quarter VWAP, right? Another scenario is to get a bounce here, of course, for a move into developing quarter value area high, which will be a strong level to flip, an important level to flip, right? So if we do get a rejection around here, I will be looking for shorts personally down into possibly 70k, and who knows, maybe even lower, right? Now, the most bearish scenario is to keep on, sweep some highs here possibly, or even not sweep at all, keep on breaking below, lose developing quarter VWAP, lose previous quarter VWAP, and immediately possibly this will lead to a flush, right? Structure wise, if you look at it, let's get rid of the VWAP. Structure wise, we are into a pretty important level, right? These prior range highs right here, as we can see. So yes, this is support, right? If it gets lost, we go to the other extreme, to the next point of interest, which will be for me into 70k, right? And if that doesn't hold, I do think we will be going all the way into 60k lows, at least 65k lows, these. And yeah, I do think we will be taking out all of these lows. But in order for this to happen, we need to be losing 75k. Right. As long as we keep on holding above 75k, even if we get a dip through the next couple of days, we did have a nice, as it seems, sweep of the low here. The structure still remains bullish so far. So yeah, if we keep on holding above, have some momentum forming, we can be seeing Bitcoin trading much higher into 84, 87k. All right, pairing that with the higher time frame. So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of quarterly value as well. For the monthly value, we are into a pretty important place right here. Last week was kinda choppy, right around here, right? It became cleaner on this rejection on Thursday, and on Friday we did have the flash lower. So what's the important thing here? That we are trading, we are compressing within monthly value area low and previous month value area high, right? Now, as we can see, we are somewhat forming some sort of thread wave here, right? So if Bitcoin is bullish, we should be holding structure around here and keep on trading above, accepting above previous month value area high and monthly value area low, or a move all the way up into monthly VWAP possibly, and who knows, if we flip that as well, we will be looking for a move much higher, because what this is a deviation, a failed auction basically, of previous month value, right? Now, the bear scenario is, I have two bear scenarios in mind. First one is to, okay, get some momentum here, but reject monthly VWAP into some fill of the single prints here, reject, accept back below. Time wise, I mean, it's 25th of the month, so we will be getting also a new static value, right? So we will have some levels play around there. So acceptance below, and we're looking for lower, but for now the strongest scenario, bearish scenario that is on my mind is basically have this free drive here, or whatever that will be, have some sort of breakdown, distribution forming, and accepting below previous month value area high. All right. So yeah, it will be important what we do here, right around here. I will talk about it also on the weekly value. Let me show you why. So for the weekly value, we do have a new established previous week value with value high sitting at 77.5, VWAP 76.7, and value low at 76, roughly 76k. So if this is bullish, we need to be seeing something like one scenario. I do like these lows to be taken out. Take out these lows into previous week VWAP, right here, sweep, fill also a gap right here, break above, accept above, or remove much higher possibly. This is one play I got in mind for lower time frame. And the other play I got in mind is some sort around here. I missed the opportunity to sort around here. There was some sort of absorption into the highs, but it is what it is. So for the weekly value, that's one play for longs. The other play is to get acceptance above previous week value high, some sort of slow grind, or build some base around here, build some base, chop, and then eventually accept above to take out these highs and fill these single prints right here. My target, if we accept above 70, 78, 79k, these highs look good as well. Yeah, 79k, I mean not 79, 78k, we will be seeing possibly 80k. That's my idea. So yeah, for shorts, I mean, get a breakdown here, keep on breaking down, or move all the way into the lows. We do have an NPOC here, I'll show you in a bit. So yeah, the most important value for me right now is the monthly. Okay, and the weekly for lower time frame. That's pretty much it. Now, jumping into TPO. We do have some NPOC sitting below. So 76.675 is an NPOC we got, right? So going into the chart, the play I'm talking about aligns with the NPOC as well, right? So if we come all the way down here, fill the inefficiency, the NPOC, and some single prints here, except above, keep on slow grinding, this will be a pretty good play or higher, right? Now, the bear scenario, of course, I mean, we can clearly see we have some resistance here in the previous week value high. So the confirmation of the breakdown is to break this low, keep on breaking lower, below previous month value high, and we could be possibly seeing a move all the way into this NPOC around 75.4 around here. Let me mark it out. Or around here. All right, so actually let's keep them here. Going into TPO, back again. I'm not going to talk about the daily TPO. Let's talk about the weekly. So we do have two composites here. These two we composite and these two we composite. As you can see, this looks like a failed auction, right? So as long as we're trading above 76.2, we are good, right? So even if we get a deep lower time from into 75.4, what do we need to see? a reclaim above 76.2, 76, roughly 76. Right, let me fix that. So yeah, the idea and the points of interest for me right now are, let's break it down into some key levels basically. All right, and have it more simplified. So extend, nope. So once we flip 77.5, actually once we reject 77.5, lower time frame wise, we're going into this NPUC. If now we come all the way down here, we need to be seeing roughly 76k holding. All right, so we do have this range so far, as you can see. Now accepting above another cool level to play around will be into 79k. All right, so having this, even if we accept above here, we'll still have a trouble area. All right, so slow grind here, we pump, take out these highs, right, and then the level to flip will be 2-week value high. Now the rotation we are having right now is from 2-week value low to 2-week value high. If the rotation happens, then of course we can be looking for acceptance above 2-week value high for us to target 8k and possibly much higher. All right, now if the rotation doesn't happen, we still have some levels to lose in order to become bearish, right? So one long I'm looking at is basically this one right here. The other long is basically acceptance above previous week value high, previous month value high, and then for further upside we need to be seeing acceptance above 2-week value high as well. Now if we lose, let me go into TPO for this. If this season, actually we don't hold basically above 76.2, I do think we will be seeing a move all the way down into 70k. Why is that? Because into 70k we do have this prior 8-week composite, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 weeks overlapping value. All right, so if this gets lost, we go into the next balance, which is into 70k. All right, so yeah, as you can see, 76 is a pretty important level to hold, both lower time frame and higher time frame. Now if this gets lost, even if we feel the inefficiency, we need to be flipping 76k. If we don't and we reject, we can be loading up some shorts because we will be taking out this low, and possibly we will, if we lose previous quarter VWAP, which I think we will. If we lose previous quarter VWAP, previous month VWAP, we're going all the way to 70k. All right, so yeah, that's basically all the scenarios I do have in mind, all the levels I'm watching for this week. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Questions? Let's go into Kairos. What do you think about alts? So for alts, talking specifically about hype, I love hype to the moon. As long as trend keeps on holding, we will be going higher and higher. Right here the invalidation is basically losing 54k, sorry, 54. So yeah, once we lose 54, I do think we will be going back to 40s around here. But yeah, I mean, hype is the main catalyst right now. For Ethereum, it looks pretty bad so far. For us to be bullish, we need to be seeing basically acceptance above 2.150. 2.150 and then flipping 2.3. Once that happens, then yeah, alts will look good as well. But you know, if BTC dips, Ethereum looks pretty fucking bad. As for Solana, it looks bad as well. We rejected yearly VWAP. I think I talked about this on one of the streams inside the Discord. I don't remember. So yeah, it's into a multi-week composite, right? From here. Okay, so we do have very low into very high into 89 and very low into 81. All right, let's hide these. So yeah, it's still compressing, it's still ranging. The level to lose for us to be more bearish, not more bearish, to be bearish is basically 82, 81. Once this gets lost, I do think we will be flashing lower, but so far we are rotational within value, right? If we get a move up here, possibly we can be looking for some shorts, something like this, right? Or move lower. Now, if we're accepting above 89, 90, this will be aligning possibly with Ethereum. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So, any specific alts you guys want me to take a look at, or any questions you guys have, I'll be happy to answer. We did catch a nice short yesterday on BTC with the guys in the cord. Let me do a quick breakdown. So yeah, the levels I think are clear for everybody. Can you check SIB? Oh, not an alt I like, but yeah. Give me a second. SIB. Haven't seen this in a while. Shit. Why would you even want to take a look at this? Yeah, I'm not a fan of, you know, trading all this, but it might be forming something here. Sweep here, get a break above, and we will be seeing a move possibly into here. I don't know. I don't have an edge on, you know, on these charts. Super downtrend. But yeah, it's kind of forming something here. It's compressing, ranging. So yeah. So that's pretty much it, boys. Sorry, I told you I'm gonna do a breakdown here. So we got this nice short into back into 76 basically. The idea was that we were into resistance, right? We're into resistance, higher time frame wise. This is a nice PY. We have just swept prior day high, right? Saturday high. We did have quite decent volatility through Saturday and Sunday as well. So yeah, that's why I was trading on a Sunday. So yeah, look at this whole move here on Saturday. Maybe I should have traded on Saturday as well. So yeah, as we approached this high, we took it out. Then I had some, idea that we might be getting a deviation. We had some trapped buys into the highs. Footprint wise, we did have some sort of momentum fading, some buys getting trapped here as well into the highs. As soon as we started breaking down, I jumped into the short, right? My invalidation was basically into here, but honestly, if we kept on, as I entered the trade, if we kept on holding here and pumping higher, I would have cut either way because this would be going much higher than I thought. So yeah, I was betting on a full rotation back into 76 just because we did have a nice PY here. These lows should be taken out, right? The trend was lost, so yeah, that's why I had my take profit right around here. Eventually, my last take profit was into the NPOCs we had left behind, but gladly I took 80%. I left a runner. Rest of it stopped break even, so it is a 5-hour trade for me. Take a look at NQ and please tell me how to trade this. Not trading NQ, but then okay, this straight out of chop. What's the US 100? Yeah, I don't know to trade this either. How to trade this either. Not gonna lie. Daily VWAP though has been, amazing to trade. Always, you always get an opportunity. Yeah, man. I mean, shit happens. That's why I'm a fan of trading BTC. But when BTC is not having volatility, we have to trade something else. So yeah, I'm more a fan of gold. As how long did it take for you to become profitable? So I've been trading since 2021. So I started, making some my fair actually being break even. I started making money in 2024. So yeah, around 3 years. Let's see, something like that. But it wasn't 3 years of opening the chart, 1 hour per day. It was 3 years of being on the chart for 16 hours per day, no having social life and all that stuff. Hard work pays off, but you gotta do the hard work. So yeah, something like that. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm gonna be ending the stream here if I know how to end it. And thank you all for tuning in. Probably if we have, attendance, I will be running the streams on Twitter here and there. uh, so thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, everyone.